A lot of people think that hitting is just something fighters do. Is a set just something in a movie? Are blocks only used for building? You don't serve just to do time. Passing's not just a grade to get by in school. Together, all these terms make up the game of volleyball. When trying to learn, hitting, setting, passing, blocking, and serving are all things you need to succeed. From personal experience, I know that learning these terms and positions is needed because I've played all the positions and had to learn them myself. When watching the game of volleyball, it may seem like an easy thing, but really it's not. You need to be physically and mentally tough to play volleyball. Today you're going to hear about the rules, the positions, and the rotations that you need to know while playing volleyball. Although it looks easy, there's a lot to volleyball that involves physical and mental toughness. First thing you're going to learn about are the rules. When playing volleyball, there are 2 teams of 6. Both men and women can play volleyball, and they play on a court that is 60 feet long and 30 feet wide, and is separated by a net in the middle. A women's net is 7 feet 4 inches tall, and the men's net is 7 feet 11 inches tall. There's also a 10-foot line that helps distinguish the front row from the back row, and when a back row player wants to hit from the back row, they must jump before the 10-foot line. Players, when receiving the ball, are allowed 3 touches before having to bring it back over the net. As said in a simple guide to volleyball, the ideal sequence of contacts is usually a pass, a set, and a hit. If the team does not successfully return the ball over to the other side of the net in 3 hits, or if a player touches the ball twice in a row, then the other team receives a point. To start the game of volleyball, a player must serve the ball over the net successfully without stepping on the end line or stepping over the end line. This is called a foot fault, and the other team will receive a point. Throughout volleyball, there are many positions that can be played. First is the libero position. The libero, as said in volleyball positions, terms of the volleyball court, the libero is the player on the volleyball team that can come into the game and replace any player on the back row. They are also known as the defensive specialist, and they can come in for 2 players and are allowed to serve for 1 player. The next position that is on the volleyball team is the setter. The setter is the one who sets up the hitter to attack the ball. The setter is often referred to as the quarterback or the point guard of the volleyball team because they run the offense. Last is the hitters. There are 3 places you can find hitters: on the outside, the middle, and the right side. The outside hitters hit at the left side of the net and are most of the time the ones who get the most chances to hit. The middle hitter is hitting in the middle of the net and is most often used as a decoy to psych out the blockers on the other team. Sometimes the middle hitter is also one who receives most of the hits. Last is the weak side, or the right side. This is the person who hits on the right side of the net. Any hitter hitting at the net is not allowed to touch the net. This is a violation, and the other team will receive a point. Of all the positions on the volleyball team, no one person stays in one spot the whole game. You are required to rotate. It is a needed aspect. As said in Volleyball Rotation, rules by Linda Tarr Kent, it's important to follow volleyball rotation skills rotation skills because not doing so can result in a fault. A person being in a wrong spot will get called for overlapping and the other team will receive a point. To win the ball back, or when you win the ball back, you must rotate to serve. Into zone 1. Zone 1 is in the right back part of the court, and zone 6 is the middle back. The outside hitter may not start in the left front, but once the server makes contact with the ball, they are allowed to move back to the left front. With all of the information I just told you about volleyball, you can now go play with your friends. Volleyball is not as easy as it looks. It is both physically and mentally tough. After learning the rules in volleyball and seeing all the positions and learning the rotation, it is clear to see that volleyball is a lot harder than it looks.